What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Unbearable Podcast. And today I have my Week 17 NFL predictions. Last week we went 11-5, bringing our total to 151-91. 11-5, not bad. We're going to try and keep up a pretty good year of predictions. We're going to try and keep that up for the last 2 weeks. And there's only 2 weeks left of the NFL season. Couldn't come sooner enough as a Bears fan. I'm just being honest. But yeah, let's get straight into it. Starting with Wednesday football. Just doesn't sound right. Christmas football, Kansas City Chiefs, Pittsburgh Steelers. Two pretty good teams. When I say pretty good, I mean pretty fun to watch. Not the most entertaining to watch, but hey, it's better than no football, I guess. Kansas City Chiefs coming off of a win against the Texans, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the Texans. Didn't really watch the game. Kansas City, from what I've seen, looked pretty good. Tank Dell obviously getting injured, that sucks. But they're the Chiefs. They do enough to win, and that's pretty much it. Pittsburgh Steelers they lost against the Baltimore Ravens, but these past 2 weeks have both been losses, but they haven't looked horrible. They've been, they've been in the game, and I think it's going to be more of the same. Pittsburgh's going to be in the game, but Kansas City's going to win. And then we have Baltimore versus the Houston Texans. Baltimore coming off a win against the Steelers, where they look like a good team. It was two very good teams going at it, and their offense and defense both look very solid. Houston Texans lost to the Chiefs, but, they didn't look horrible. Obviously, Tank Dell getting injured is a very big blow to their offense, and I just don't think they have enough to beat the Baltimore Ravens, so I'm picking Baltimore. Then Thursday Night Football, Seahawks Bears. I'll do that. That's tomorrow. My pregame prediction, and Christmas episode, so that's cool. Then we had the Los Angeles Chargers versus the New England Patriots. Chargers coming off a big win against the Broncos, where in the first half they did not look very good. Their offense couldn't really get going, and their defense couldn't really stop the Broncos. But that second half, they came back. They looked really good, and could have a chance to make the playoffs. Then New England Patriots, they're a bad team, but it's kind of what we expected. I'm going with the Chargers. Then the Broncos versus the Cincinnati Bengals. The Broncos blowing a big lead last game, but, Saturday football? Dude, what are we doing? Whatever. The Broncos, they blew a big lead, but they didn't look horrible. They should have won that game. But I think if they win this game, they clinch the playoffs. And Cincinnati Bengals need to win this game to stay in playoff contention. I think Denver's going to win, though. I think Denver just has I think the game's going to be very close until the fourth quarter, and then the Denver Broncos are going to run away with it. Then we have the Arizona Cardinals versus Los Angeles Rams. Cardinals losing to the Panthers. That was bad. Blowing their playoff chances, and I don't know, dude. Then the Rams have really picked it up as of late, and I'm going with the Rams. Their defenses and offense have really picked it up, and their team is really starting to come together, and I think they're going to be a very strong team going into the playoffs. Then we have the Indianapolis Colts versus the New York Giants. I'm going with the Colts. Giants. No. Then the New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills. Just give me the Bills. Then we have the Las Vegas Raiders versus the New Orleans Saints. Raiders coming off a win last week. Another tank bowl matchup. Both teams not really wanting to win. I want the Raiders to win because it gives the Bears a better pick. But I do think the Saints are going to win. Raiders just, it's not looking good this year. Then we have the Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Panthers coming off a win over the Cardinals. Cardinals didn't come out really playing very good. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have been rolling, but did not carry over to last week where they lost. It was a rough one for them. But I feel like this is a very good bounce back game, so they can win and battle with the Falcons to see who can go into the playoffs. Obviously, they're not facing next week, but it's gonna be a battle. Then we have the Tennessee Titans and the Jacksonville Jaguars, 2 3-win teams, 2 very bad teams. I do think the Jacksonville Jaguars just have a better team, have more talent, so I'm going with the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's going to be an ugly game. Then we have the Dallas Cowboys versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Cowboys, I think, bro, I haven't been keeping up with the Cowboys, mainly because they've really been bad. It was the Buccaneers, yeah. I thought it was the Buccaneers, but I didn't want to say anything because I don't know. I thought I was kind of imagining things. Not imagining things, but I don't know. They got to win. That's good for them, but I don't think they're going to have the same luck. The Eagles rolling, obviously blew a late game. I don't know how they blew that game, but the Eagles, I think they're going to bounce back, and I think they are going to be a strong team going into the playoffs. Then we have the Miami Dolphins versus the Cleveland Browns. Miami beating the 49ers. Looking pretty solid. Relied a lot on their kicker. And, they just played pretty solid. But I do think this is going to be a trap game where the Cleveland Browns just come out and the cold's going to affect them. I think it's just going to be one of those games where it's like, how did the Browns win? And everyone's going to be like, dude, I don't know. And the Miami Dolphins can't play in the cold, so there's also that. Then the Green Bay Packers versus the Minnesota Vikings, a very important game for seeding in the NFC North. Packers looked very good against the Saints, handled business, and the Minnesota Vikings. Who did they play? I don't even remember. Who did they play? I feel like it was a bad team. I don't really know. Who was it? The Seahawks. No, it wasn't a bad team. It was actually a pretty close game. They faced the Seahawks, and actually the Green Bay Packers could sneak up and win this game, but I'm going with the Vikings, mainly because I don't like the Packers. Then we have the Atlanta Falcons versus the Washington Commanders. Falcons haven't looked very good as of late. Michael Penix looked all right, but I don't know why this is a primetime game. Who knows? Sunday Night Football. And I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs. It's not looking very good. And then the Washington Commanders, a late game comeback against the Eagles. They've been having a lot of those this year, I would know. And, they pulled that out of their butt. I don't know how they won that game. But I do think this is going to be a trap game. And the Atlanta Falcons are going to come out, shock some people. And the Washington Commanders are going to lose. Then Monday Night Football. Detroit Lions versus San Francisco 49ers. Give me the Lions. San Francisco has looked very bad, and the Lions have looked very good. So that's it for my Week 17 predictions. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for Christmas and for my Bears pregame predictions. I'll see you guys then. Until then, don't forget to bear down.